What is going on, people? Welcome to part 2 of the big brake kit install. In part 1 all we done was the preparation, and in part 2 we're finally going to be fitting the big brake kit. It's going to be so sick. I'm hella excited, so let's get straight into it. So if I open this boot, I'll show you exactly what we've got for the big brake kit. Starting with some Brembo discs. These are off a Mercedes-Benz ML350 CDI. I'll leave the exact fitment details for these brake discs right now on the screen. We have got some Brembo brake pads. They go with the Touareg 4-pot Brembo calipers. We have got some new adjusting bolts which are needed to fit the Brembo calipers onto the Mark 5 wheel hub, and because we're using Mercedes-Benz disc, we need some new Hubcentric rings. You can actually get the rings and the fitting bolts off a website called SF Tuning. I'll leave their link in the description. You can buy the whole kit. You can buy the bolts, the Hubcentric rings, and even some braided brake lines, which I didn't buy because I'm trying to save some money here. But you can buy it all from their website. I think I've done so much research and they were the only website I could find that were actually selling it. So I'll leave their link in the description. The calipers are at work, so I don't have them on me right now. So as DMO says, let's talk more action. Let's get to work. Let's get the car on the ramp and let's start fitting this big brake kit, people. It's going to be sick. So I've got the car up in the air, guys. Before I start the work, I kind of just want to do a quick comparison. What do the old calipers look like against these wheels? As you can see, they're kind of buried. You can't really see them even though they're bright red. So yeah, hopefully there's a big improvement and the caliper kind of bulges out with a new one. So yeah, now let's start and let's bolt them on. Alright, so here's the plan of action. We've got two 21mm bolts over here that's holding the whole caliper, including the carrier. So one at the top, one at the bottom. Let's get them both out, and then we're going to pinch the brake line, and we're going to get this little 10mm bolt out at the back to get the brake line off the caliper. And then we're going to get the disc off, put all the new disc and brakes on, and let's hope it just goes all easy. Yeah. So I'm just comparing the old disc to the new disc, and obviously the old disc is the smaller one, and you can just see how much bigger the new one is. Yeah, quite a big improvement. Let's bolt them onto the car. You've also got to get this backing plate off, so it's just 3 T30 screws, and then that will come off.
Every day saying life is a bitch. You the dog broker, you busy getting rich. Niggas did me dirty, left me dead in the ditch. Learned to forget, but I never did forget. Loyal to the team, I ain't never gonna switch. You was at the party getting drunk, getting lit. In the back of my head, I'm like, fuck that shit. I was busy in the lab making songs, making hits. Trying to get money till I cash out. Like you break your arm if you're looking for a handout. I've been on the move for a long time. Fighting with the man on my shoulder, I was dealing with self-doubt. All my life I've been the fucking underdog. Used to wonder how these niggas got it all. I was getting one play a day, now I got a couple thousand on my catalog. See through you niggas know ultrasound. School of motherfuckers, you a class clown. You was talking shit, where you at now? Everybody play the tough guy till his man down. Dancing with the devil, Lucy always in the function. Dealing with having options, see more tears than an onion. I was following my passion, probably die for the shit. Probably come and get some bust. Losing my patience, I waited my turn. Can't collect everything that I earned. Built a few bridges, but some gotta burn. They keep talking down like, but when you gonna learn?
And there is the caliper bolted onto the hub. It is a little bit tricky to get on. You've got to get a spanner to go in through the top and then ratchet the bolt in from the back. But it's not too hard, you just got to put your mind to it. And now we can put the pads in and put the wheels on. Let's do it. Alright, so I'm just putting the brake pads in, and here's a little tip for you guys. Get some sanding paper, preferably a file, a big metal file, and file down the edges of your pad and also the edges of inside the brake caliper. And that's because when you file them down, it'll fit in there nice and smoothly. Whereas if you don't file them down, you'll be struggling to get the pads in and it'll cause little movement in the pad. So just file each side down on the caliper and on the pad, and that way you can make sure that the pad slides in easy and there'll be free movement with the pad. Just my luck, I've run into a major problem. The whole caliper's sitting, it's looking good. I was so ready to put the wheel on. I even got the pads in. I was about to put the wheel on. Only thing I had left to do was put the brake line on. But my issue is that brake line bolt is not the same bolt to go into these Touareg calipers. They are two different threads. And I can't get the bolt anywhere at the moment. I'll have to order them online and wait for them to come. So I've been thinking there's absolutely nothing I can do. The job's a bit of a write-off now. I'll have to go home, order the parts, put the brakes back to normal right now and do the job another day. It is what it is, I guess. These things happen, so yeah, let's put the car back to normal and do it another day. And there it is, guys, the old brakes are back on, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the job done today, but it is what it is. You know, I'll have to go online, order the parts and come back another day and do it all again. So that's me done for today. I'll see you in a bit. And there it is, guys. Unfortunately we didn't get the job done today, but I hope we've all learned a lesson not to cheap out and just buy all the parts you need to get the job done first time. Well, at least I made the mistake, so you lot can learn from my mistake, so it's easier for you to get the job done. I'm gonna go home and order the new brake lines online. We're now gonna have to make this 3 videos instead of 2 videos, which is what I wanted in the first place. But it is what it is. These things happen when you're working on cars. People make mistakes and we've just got to learn from it, and hopefully you've learned from my mistakes. In part 3 of the big brake kit, we'll actually have the brake kit fitted to the car. And I'm just going to let you guys know now that I'm not repeating any of the parts that I've done from part 2 to part 3. That's just so that I'm not constantly repeating myself and we're watching something new in every video. Anyway guys, that's it for today. If you like the video, make sure you smash that like button down below. Also subscribe to my channel to watch part 3 of the big brake kit. Follow me on Instagram right there. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Now we living gravy. So stripping like I live in gravy. Yeah.